Hey everyone, I'm James, and this is Covetous Imp Gaming, and this week we're going to talk about some DM prep tips. If you're joining us again, welcome back. If this is your first time watching the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get alerted to when we release our new content. Make sure you leave us a like, and leave us a comment below on the things we got right, the things we got wrong, and any videos you'd like to see coming up. Check us out on Facebook and Patreon. Those links are in the description below. So before we get started, I want to talk about a new Kickstarter that's going to be starting in the month of March from our friends over at Lunch Break Heroes. It's called the Deck of Many Quests. It's a 200 card system agnostic deck that provides a quest, an item, and a monster to keep your party busy for hopefully a night of fun. The link for the Kickstarter is in the description down below. Okay, now on to the tips. Prepping for your session 0 is some of the most prep work you will do. It's very important. You need to identify the homebrew rules that you'll be using, any table rules that you'll have, and whether you'll be using the experience system or the milestone experience system. The Dungeon Master's Guide is just a guide. It's not a shackle, it's not a prison. It's there for you to interpret the rules and put them to use as you see fit. As far as your actual prep work for your individual sessions go, prep for combat, I personally use the Warlock tile system and have built rooms to elaborate dungeons and filled them with minis. If minis aren't your speed, just drawing a map on a piece of paper and using Skittles for monsters is another option. Balancing your combat, exploration, and RP times is very difficult, especially at higher levels when combat takes longer. Planning your RP and exploration can be as simple as a quick one-line note or writing down an NPC's name. Planning out combat takes a little bit more. You have to know what creatures you'll be using and how to play them. For example, the wolf may only be concerned about where its next meal is coming from, where the bandit may attack until it's outnumbered and then disengage and flee, where the wizard will sit in the back and watch the combat and see where the biggest attacks are coming from and then direct its attacks there. It's very important to keep notes from your previous sessions, anything that you can look back on and see and remember what's been going on. I personally do it the old-fashioned way. I keep a binder inside with my notes, handouts, maps, stat blocks, anything that I've created for an adventure so that I can quickly flip to it and it's there. A few final tips. The rule of cool should always be king at your table. If you have a player who wants to do something outrageous, some acrobatic feat, tell them to try it. The worst they can do is fail. And at that point, the dice become the villain, not you. And that's a very important distinction that needs to be made at your table, is that you tell the story and the dice make the decisions. And finally, you can't prep for everything. It's a very important thing that you have to remember. If you prep 18 things, your party will most definitely pick the 19th thing to do, and you'll have to improvise from there. Just want to give a big shout out to our friends over at the Raven's Nest in Marion, Connecticut. Monday, March 1st is their 1-year anniversary, and we hope to see them for many years to come. Next week, we'll be stomping out the details of the Wizard of Wines in Curse of Strahd. And we'll see you in Barovia.